Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man, giving you the truth. I'm going to be all over the place in this video. I'm going to be all over the place. I got a lot of things I want to talk about, but the central title, I would say, theme of this video is what we can no longer afford. What we can no longer afford. We can no longer afford. So this is why I'm going to be all over the place in this. Like, what we can no longer afford. Let's start with dating and relationships. Listen, man, you might think that you at a loss. You get rid of that woman that don't respect you, that's costing you all kind of money to try to please her, and you still can't. You spending money that you should be saving some of that money for your future and for your kids' future, but instead you spending it on this woman who you'll never make her happy anyways. She done cheated on some of y'all. They shouldn't even be there. Y'all know what we teach over here. That physical cheating is a no-go. Like, listen, man, you can have multiple wives biblically, like literally, spiritually. It's spiritually okay and permissible for you to have multiple wives in the sight of God. Now, we done already proved that going forwards and backwards. So why would you try to stick to a woman who doesn't respect you, who gave up her goodies to another man? You spending all this money. She's saying, well, you don't make me happy. Get rid of her, man. We got to get rid of these type. Those kids who grown now, that you tell them how to be with money, you tell them how to, and they still won't do it, you gonna have to scale back. Now, I can see if you got a responsible kid that might have ran into a little problem here and there, help them. That's your kid. But the ones that won't learn the lessons to be learned, you got to get rid of them. We can no longer afford to send our kids out to these wolves out here either. You talking about, well, he grown now, this, that, and the other. Listen, man. If your kid is grown and they respect your company, they like your company, they like to be around you, why would you put them out? Like, what do you really need to do where your kids can't be around? I mean, come on, man. Either you can make them move around if it's something you don't want them to see, or you can go somewhere and move around. They grown now, remember? But what y'all do is y'all throw y'all kids out to these wolves out here, all this high rent and high bills, and then you just watch them suffer. Think you teaching them a lesson? You not, man. You breaking their spirit, man. You should allow your kids to see that money grow first. If they not causing you no problem, then what's the problem? That we can't no longer afford to throw our kids out to these wolves, then they be dealing with depression, and your kids be lonely. They laying in the bed on Saturday night. Not saying they should be out here in these streets, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Can't figure out what they should do. Every time they try to call you and talk, you rush off the phone. Y'all is too niggery. Excuse my language. This ain't for kids under 18 anyway. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That word means ignorant. So we no longer can afford to be around bums, thieves, wannabe thugs, gang members. We gotta make the effort to get our money right and to level up where we can move away from around these. And y'all know I didn't like the move Deion Sanders made, but there's other sides to it. If they was stealing this stuff, they was all ninjery. Look, man, you know, in some ways I understand. I didn't like the move, but I understand. But it ain't gonna be all peaches and cream over there either. So we can't afford to have our kids and grandkids growing up around these thugs, man. I mean, you owe it to them. You brought them in this world. You owe that to them to try to get them in an area where they can be safe. Instead of living, you don't owe the streets nothing. You say, well, I was a thug myself. Listen, it's totally, when was you a thug? 1998, 96? The world is totally different now. Thugging is different. You got to get your kids to a safe place, man. You got to get your grandkids in a safe place. They just found a 4-year-old. They don't even know what exactly happened, but they ruled it as a homicide here in Milwaukee. I mean, you're not going to go no faster. You see how long the line is. Like, we can no longer afford to be adults and act like children either. The years will get away from you, man. You won't even been unaccomplished nothing. But, I mean, you got to get each area of your life. We got to get these areas intact, man. Like, I was kind of disappointed that area that I was trying to move, I saw all this garbage going on and this gangster rap and all this stuff. I don't want to be close to that. I want to be far away from all of that, man. Like, listen, when people is trapped in the matrix, and thug life is matrix behavior, by the way. It's matrix behavior. You trapped in the matrix, you're going to get caught up in that matrix. See, people get into these notions where they believe the Most High is just this lenient, super duper forgiving God, and he's not. He will forgive you. But you got to humble yourself and receive that forgiveness the right way. You can't be dying in sin and then thinking you're going to be in that kingdom. You're not. And there's millions, maybe even billions, that if they could come back and tell you that, say, he's right. But we can't afford this stuff. We can't afford to be spending all our money on things that don't matter as much. We can't afford it, man, because we don't know what the day will bring. We know them peoples, every time we start coming up, they create some type of drama and try to bring everything back down, try to slow everything down. Every time they see them stats about all the people that's becoming millionaire, boom, oh, let's lock everything down. Let's do this. Let's do that. That's why we can't afford not to be saving money. I don't care what bills you got. You cannot afford not to save some of your money. If you get paid every week, you should save something. And don't be sitting there thinking about, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, when you start seeing your money grow. No, you take that money out of the equation that you save. You save $50 a week, in a month you'll have $200. Don't think of nothing you want. Don't think of nothing you need. Keep that $200. Because we can't afford not to save. Did y'all see the statistic? This says in the year, I think 2053, most black people will have a net worth of 0. Listen, that's 31 years from now. If you got a net worth of 0, you ain't doing something right. You're not doing something right. I guarantee you I won't have no net worth of 0 in 2053 if I'm around. If I'm healthy and this, that, and the other. I guarantee you my net worth ain't gonna be 0. But a lot of stuff that we put up with, we can't afford to keep putting up with it. Your relatives, they at odds with you. You a believer, you trying to live a righteous life. You might not be perfect, but you trying to live a righteous life. You trying to live for God. You cannot afford any longer to keep getting into arguments with these people who think they know about God and they don't. If they knew so much about God, then why they ain't living for him? You ever seen these people? They know everything that a believer should be, right? But they ain't none of those things. Ignore them. Don't even listen to them. Don't even entertain it. And if they come at you with that, swiftly give them a biblical cut. Like, I mean, all these people, like, I know people I ain't never seen them with a Bible. I never seen them open a Bible. But every time something don't go their way, every time a believer do something, they got their mouth open. Okay, so You saying he gonna go to hell, but you going with him. You going with him. These people don't try to get to know God or know about God or anything, but they know everything there is to know. That's arrogance. That's deceit. That's proof the devil has brainwashed you. And we can't afford to listen to these people no more. We can't afford to listen to people that tell us what we're not going to be successful at, what we're not going to be able to do. You got goals, write your goals down and go towards those goals. The way people is now, don't even mention what you're trying to do. Like I make that mistake very often, but not no more. Never again. Never again. You call yourself advertising your business, but you advertising to people that ain't gonna buy what you selling. So don't tell them anything. Advertise to your customer base. People just be trying to be nosy, man. We can't afford that no more. We can't afford to be listening to these people telling us what we can't do. That's for God, the Most High God, to know, and for me to find out what I can't do. That's why we can't afford. Y'all know everything costs. Attention costs. Time. Pay. You know how they say pay attention? You know how they say spending time? That's why I'm making this video. We can't afford it. We can't afford to waste time with people who don't like us. We can't afford to waste time with fake friends. You should know by now who your real friends is, if you even have any. You should know the difference between an associate and a friend. Just because you talk to somebody on the phone, that do not make them your friend. A friend is someone who's going to benefit you in some way in your life. It's not somebody that everything is a secret. This, that, and the other. I mean, how can you... This what that is. That's a manipulator. You always trying to tell somebody else something, but don't nobody know none of your business. That's a manipulator. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Y'all gotta understand, we're gonna close this out, that life is too short to waste time. Time is money. Time is health. We be wasting time. Half of the people wasting their years away being depressed. Why are you depressed? Think about it. I want you to write down why you depressed. If you want, you could send it to me and let's talk about it. Because 9 times out of 10, you giving somebody too much leeway. If they broke up with you, so what? It's over. Move on. You want somebody? Get somebody. These is the mistakes that people make, man. Write down what's making you feel that way. Half these people don't even know. You got some twisted notion. Listen, most people will never have a true friend. Most people will never have a true companion that's really into them and love them. So just have fun. Just have fun. You go to work, and then after you work, the rest of your time should be spent doing research, getting to know the Most High, recreation. You always should do something fun, man. You always should do something fun. If it's just playing video game, you like playing video game, why aren't you playing video game? You sitting there down in the dumps because you watching all these fake people. Look like they got all these friends. They taking these pictures. Ain't none of them, they taking pictures with 5 associates. Ain't none of them really they friend. We all know what can happen when you think people your friend. with the Shanquella Robinson stuff. You know, so don't get all off into that, man. You should be off into God, and you should be off into yourself. And everything and everybody that gravitates towards you and that benefits you, you know, it's okay to go have a beer, watch the game at Buffalo Wild Wings or something with one of your buddies. But no, if he's an associate or he's a friend, it's okay to take a little nice female to the movies. But no, where you stand with her. Know where you stand. Know where you stand with everybody, because you can't afford not to know where you stand. Says the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all tomorrow.